But this year, it won't feature Mick Fanning. He's out there at the moment in the red, surfing select events and taking some time out to regroup after what was, well, in some ways a forgettable 2015, in other ways very memorable. Not on the tour full time this year.
Yeah, that's a good point, you know, and I think it might be liberating for both these competitors, especially for Sebastian Zietz. Last year, he was just up against the wall, grinding it out, trying to make that top 22. And, you know, we saw last year at Lowers, he actually reached a, you know, a level that we've never seen before from Seabass, just ripping the guts out of waves. He looks like he's kept that flow up despite all the, you know, mini frustrations, but this guy right here, Mick Fanning, also freed up.
Wow, how's that bottom turn?
As you said, he's not going for a world title. He's going to take a break this year. So it'll be interesting. Is he just going to go mental in this event and take it out, just totally freed up, or is he going to be relaxed?
Read a couple of interviews from Mick, and people always ask him, you know, what are you going to do to evolve your act? Well, he doesn't really need to change anything. He's still winning multiple events each year, but he really wants to put some power into his surfing. Really? and get a little bit more. At the moment, we're fixated on who's going to progress through to round 4 from this battle. Heat 7, Sebastian Zietz up again. This is his third ride, so keep him busy. And a huge layback snap to finish that wave off. He rides out. One of the most exciting turns we've seen from the contest. Love that. Out of nowhere.
Let's slow the tail blast way down. Definitely want to watch that. But there's the mix-up. Clean wrap from Sebastian. You can tell he's really been working on which surfboard he likes. In fact, I had a look. Wow, that was crazy. Amazing reflexes for Sebastian to stay over the deck of his board while he was actually leaning back. So watch as he, on purpose, he's going to stomp on his back foot to release the tail. That is a classic drop wallet right there. But to make sure he stays over his board, he's going to follow it. So right there, he is basically surfing by braille, just trying to keep those toes connected to the deck of the board. Now it's all about hanging on those tippy toes and kind of fishing your surfboard back under your feet. Amazing from Seabass. That's going to go big. The judge is going to love it.
He's a fun guy to hang out with when he's not.
It was easily the best wave of the heat. Closed it out.
Well, just under 21 and a half minutes to go. Let's check in with Pete Mel. He's out there in the lineup.
Beyond the best waves, that's pretty obvious as he looks at this one here. I'll let you guys take it away, but come on back because I got some interesting info.
Roll with it, Pete. Roll with it.
Roll with it, that's right. So he said that he wanted to be unpredictable. Like exactly what you said. He wanted to show something that he's never shown before.
There's a feeling that there's going to be a couple of surfers chasing that injury wildcard at the year's end, and a couple of them are Mick's close friends, Owen Wright and B. Durbidge, and he would hate to rob.
But just to pick up, I thought that was really interesting. Let's see if Sebastian gets this wave. We'll get back to that.
Sebastian's just having a look at just about anything at this stage, and I think that Tom Whitaker would be happy with that because Seabass is
9 out of 10 times. But for Sebastian Zietz, I mean, this is candy. For him to hold back in this section, it's just not going to happen. That thing was begging to drop the wallet, and he said all the strategies, the restraint, anything, any kind of theory he had was out the window. When he saw that section coming at him, he said, screw it, I'm going to go ham.
And just great control, good core strength to get back on his feet. Sebastian Zietz actually working on opening a gym up.
I can separate that, so and a different day too. So, but when we against in round 3, it's man-to-man heats. If you not make the heat, you out of the contest. So it's totally a different story. And but he surfed so well this contest, and yeah, it's a wild card. It's nothing to lose, so it's kind of tough for us, you know, compete against those guys.
Well, Adriano, it's so much fun watching you surf. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Rosie. Meanwhile, Mick Fanning, he takes off. He's chasing down a 5.84 at this stage. A solid finish there on the inside, calls for the ski. So Mick had a nice ride there, put those moves together. Didn't have that big knockout turn that Sebastian Zietz threw on the 7.33, but it was a really well-constructed ride, Ross, with a lot of variety.
Yeah, it sure was. That was just textbook Mick Fanning. That's his version of banking a score. Anyone on the planet would love to do even half of one of these turns. He's just got an amazing amount of flow. We've been talking a lot about that during this event because these waves are long. So it's easy to kind of get too far in front or too far behind and not link together your maneuvers. But Mick Fanning's never been accused of not having that beautiful linked type of surfing. Definitely his best turn right there. Nice little zap to finish it and to close out. But if I had to take a guess, it's just going to be a mediocre score. Keep him right there in the heat.
Bit of vision from the drone here. And we'll see Mick just flowing down the line. Always seems to pick an appropriate maneuver for the section that is surfed up in front of him.
Yeah, I've never seen him look awkward. He always looks like everything's going to plan.
The waves are just kind of, I don't know, going to sleep out there. I don't know what's going on. I guess the tide's going out. So, yeah, we haven't seen those sets pouring in, and there hasn't been a lot of opportunities. Seabass, yeah, turned that wave into a 7-3. Probably would have been a 5 if he didn't blow the tail out on that huge layback. So Mick's just surfed really well, 6 and a 6.5, but here goes Mick, deep behind the rock. It's good to see someone take off behind there.
Well, here goes Mick, nice floating re-entry to get started, but he's just using that wave to get back into position down the line. And we might come back to that point, but here goes Sebastian Zietz. He's in second spot now. Mick's last wave, a 6.5, put him out in front. Seabass falls on potentially a really solid scoring ride. Meanwhile, out the back, Fanning gets an opportunity. So Mick looking to improve on a 6 with this ride. Little layback carve. This wave's starting to shape up on the inside. And Mick not really committing to anything too hard just yet. There's a solid hit. Drives off the bottom, gets vertical there for a moment. So that wave, it was difficult to find a critical section. Just over 10 minutes to go. Well, he is chasing a 5.17. As we went to the break, Sebastian Zietz swung into a wave. He wound through a nice cutback to get started, Ross.
Yeah, I just really like his flow right now. He looks like he is on point, but we saw that massive wave earlier he fell on, and that's the second wave Sebastian's fell on, so hopefully he can tighten things back up. That's a couple of mistakes in a row. Mick Fanning's got his surgical scrubs on. He is just slicing this thing apart. And we saw this wave during the break, and unbelievable. You know, these guys like to glass their boards light. Look what happens right there. We're looking at each other like there's no way Mick just fell on and off the lip. That board snapped right between his legs.
Well, Strider Wasilewski is down there on the beach, Strider. Mick just getting his weight perfectly balanced with the lip slamming in between his fins. Not seeing any signs of injury from Mick, but sometimes when your board buckles like that inwards, you can wear a bit of the broken glass. He goes Fanning now, taking off on an insider. Nice snap to get started, but he's going to kick out. Sebastian Zietz, he is going to swing in a 1 just behind Mick. Smart call there from Seabass to regain priority at the takeoff zone. 4 minutes remaining. Well, Sebastian Zietz is having a look. This is the wave that he's going to try and chase down the number. It's a 5.17 requirement. First turn is solid. Just a little caught up at the top on that first move, but now winding through a nice roundhouse cutback. Nice rebound. Again, attacks the lip. Showing a little bit of nervous energy at the moment, but correcting that with a huge frontside snap. And he's still working his way down the line. And again, just attacks. Doesn't quite get the finish. But he did a lot of damage on that ride. Couple of nervous snaps, Ross, but corrected it. The fourth turn he did on that wave was really solid.
That made me feel nervous. He just caught the tiniest little speck of an edge on each of those turns. You just saw a little bit of spray come off in his outside rail, but he held on. So you could tell for sure Sebastian, he was feeling that, the nerves just a little bit. Did he get the 5? In my opinion, yes. You know, he did some nice surfing on that wave. He linked together, what, 3 or 4 solid turns. Watch that outside rail right there. Just dug the nose in for half a second. So again, when you're just a little bit timid, sometimes you can catch those edges. Clean wrap for Sebastian. Just another little tiny dig of that outside rail. That one he unleashed. You can see he was aggressive in that turn. So already in my eyes, he's got the 5 in the bank. It really would have been nice if he finished this very last turn right here.
Yeah, he got it. 7.17, the number's in. Mick Fanning chasing an 8, and there is only 20 seconds remaining. Fanning has priority. Will he get the opportunity? 15 seconds now. Sebastian Zietz out in front. Back against the wall on that last ride. And he let go of some really nice turns. 5 seconds remaining. I can't see a wave coming. Mick Fanning is going to be knocked out here in the third round. And he's going to need a big result at Bells Beach to get this shortened campaign back on track. And Mick will be frustrated.